Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello and welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I am your host, Coach Danni D. And this episode is gonna be a little different, right? Um Normally this is supposed to be my Thanksgiving gratitude episode, but life don't always go the way you plan, and sometimes you pivot, right? So this is going to be the third tribute episode that I'm doing this year, and this is probably going to be the hardest of the three. Um, just bear with me because uh this is not a episode that I ever wanted to do, right? But life happens and we have to, you know, we have to process it. So this episode I'm going to be dedicating to my cousin. My cousin recently passed away, and it was, very sudden. So it was a accident that happened very sudden. So it's, still processing it, still trying to wrap my mind around it. But I wanted to, pay homage to her. And so here we are, right? So, um, so let me start by, just kind of introducing my cousin to you guys. Some of you have probably, if you know me, you might have heard me tell stories here and there about my cousin. My grandmother raised me. My cousins and I all went to the same schools from elementary up through high school. So we were together daily for the better part of our lives. And my cousin and our relationship was always very funny because it was two boys and two girls. But I was always more of the, you know, tomboy, I guess. Like I liked girly things as far as like, dresses and looking girly, but I played football with the boys and I was always, a lot more a lot less emotional, right? She was like she wore her emotions literally on her sleeve, like, you could look at her wrong and she was gone cry or get upset or, feel attacked. That was just her personality. And I feel like it probably was really hard in my family in particular to be that way because we like to joke and we're, more blunt and, less emotional in that way. So I know that was always like kind of a challenge for her because she would just fall out crying at the drop of a hat. And, now you may see me cry, but usually if you see me cry, something really bad has happened or something really bad is about to happen, right? It's not usually a good thing. But that was her. That was her personality. That was, like I said, we went to the same elementary school. We went to high school together and she was just all about it. And, she bled, Dominican, and I just went to school. Like, I just went to school. I was just like, what is the bare minimum I need to do to get through this? But she was on student council, and she was um dancing Deb, and she was, I think she was in the band. Like, she was just in everything. She was always in everything. She was always a straight A student, and I was always like, I can make straight A's if I try hard, and I can make A's and B's if I just go. So I just went. Um, but she always was like focused on her goals, very determined, became a doctor, and, did all of these things that, a lot of people can't say that they've accomplished. Still was always sensitive. That never changed. We, I was talking to her husband, and I was asking him about, what he needed help with and everything. Um, and I said to him, I said, I've always been the older, younger cousin. So I've always been the mature one, the, more level-headed one. And that was like just a running joke between us, because I was, always like the like voice of reason. And she was like the whirlwind, and she, you know, I don't know, she just, that was my cousin. And we had so many like memories together. Like, there's certain people that you can call about certain things, and instantly they know exactly what you're talking about without you having to explain so much of backstory and, history and everything. And they just know, they just know what you're talking about, or just can laugh at a, joke that's been running for 40 something years. But yeah, never in a million years that I think at this stage that I would be here and processing this. And yeah, yeah. And I actually I actually feel like, even in like the process of all of this, I can hear the conversation that me and her would be having about all of this, right? And just, leading up to Thanksgiving, like, she moved away many, many years ago. So I don't know the last time that she was home for Thanksgiving, and she worked most holidays anyway. And, you know, I, as I mean, we were cousins, but we were more like siblings. And as siblings do, I would send her pictures of the food that we were eating and tease her about the fact that, she wasn't there and wasn't able to enjoy it, because that was also our running joke. Or she would call and ask how to cook, a particular dish, and she couldn't cook. Like, and I would always be fearful for whomever was supposed to be partaking of said dish. And that was also just a joke, between us of, her cooking and just all of that. Like, we just, again, it was just kind of like, uh, I don't know, just a connection that, like, we were so, like, different in a lot of ways that didn't necessarily, make sense, but it did at the same time. Um, yeah, it's just kind of hard to like process and think about the fact that I can't pick up the phone and call her and tell her about the shenanigans of Thanksgiving and tease her about the food, or um, ask what she fixed. I can't make that phone call this year. It's not a it's not an option. Um, but I'm processing. I'm just gonna say it like that. I'm processing. I Yeah, I'm just processing. But what I do want to say and anytime that I am faced with losing a loved one, and I've lost a lot of loved ones over my lifetime. I just really think about the idea of, that person's life and what that life, looked like and what it meant. And it's just a reminder to me that, to really live life and live it to its fullest. And I just was saying this to somebody the other day, but when I leave here, I always want to feel like, I mean, I guess I won't feel like anything, but I always, I am consoled when people leave here and it seems like they lived the fullest they could given the days that they were given. We don't know the day, we don't know the hour, we don't know when and how it's going to happen. And so do the thing, whatever that thing is, whatever it looks like, whatever it takes for you to get to a place of happiness, get to a place of fulfillment. Just do it. Just start working towards it. Take a step today and then take another step tomorrow. But we always think that there's going to be later. We always think there's going to be more time. And we don't know that that's true. We really honestly do not know that that's true. Um, I thought I would be talking to her on Thursday. I knew that she worked the day, she was going to work on Wednesday, and that's why she couldn't come home for Thanksgiving. But I thought that I was going to be talking to her tomorrow. So do the thing and do it now. Love the people around you, love on them. Love your life. Get in a space where you love your life and you're not just tolerating your life. And if you got some mess, some keep it PG. If you got some mess between you and somebody, clear that up. Clear it up because once they're gone, there's no option to do that. So though, we don't think about all of those things until we have to think about all of those things, right? So, you know, because the first thing your mind's gonna go to is what was the last conversation I had with that person? When was the last time I saw that person? And, that's gonna either give you some sense of solace or that's gonna give you some sense of pause. So just love on people, love on yourself, and create space for love and for fulfillment, for joy, because once it's done, it's done. And you want that life to be a life well done. So I'm gonna go because what I don't want to do is ugly cry on this here platform. That wasn't the point. The point was just to honor the loss of my cousin, my sister, um, and just knowing that she is at peace, and it's really us that have to process, what's happening and deal with the change and the that process of grief, right? So hate to um
leave y'all with this little bit of a sad episode, but also um I hope that it helped you to make changes if you need to. And this is supposed to be the gratitude episode, and I am grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my community. I'm grateful for my support. I'm grateful for the people that will cry with me. I'm grateful for the people that will laugh with me. I'm grateful for the people that will make me laugh when I want to cry, right? Um, yeah. And I normally am the person in this type of situation to, have a little funny story or something to shift the mood, but I don't have that right now, and that's okay. Next week maybe. But I do wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I want you to celebrate it in a way that brings you happiness and with people that bring you happiness, whatever that looks like. Because sometimes it's not the people that people think we're supposed to celebrate with, but whatever that looks like, I hope that it brings you some happiness, some joy, some memories, some laughs. My family is hilarious, so there's always laughs. So that's what I wish for you this Thanksgiving. And even in this moment, there's gratitude. I am grateful for the time that we had. And, you know, I definitely wish it could have been longer, but it couldn't have been richer, if you know what I mean. So happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at CoachDanniD.com.